poker players? Hope you guys are out there killing it on the tables. In this video, we are going to take a look at this session, which is over 6,000 hands, playing at just less than 10 hours. We were stacking in the giant volume sessions at the end of the year to try to move up in the VIP standings, which we eventually did accomplish, but we had some very rough sessions at the end. I think we're a little bit burnt out. Let's jump in and see how this one went. Starting out with a little heads up action at the 100 NL. We have 3-4 suited playing from the button and elect to be opening to $3 in this spot. We get a call from the big blind and we see a flop of 9 high rainbow, but we have bottom 2 pair. Eagle checks to us and we put in a continuation bet of 2/3 pot, 380, and we get a call. Money card comes on the turn. We have another 3, and there is no way our opponent's going to see a 3-4 coming. We continue betting 2/3 pot, and once again our opponent makes a call. The river is a deuce, a complete brick. I guess not a complete brick. A 5-6 got there, possibly an ace-5, but that's really about it. And our opponent once again checks. Let's try to get as much value from this hand as possible. We do see that our opponent has a 0% fold to river bet. So I put in a large bet of $25, hoping that we get called with a 9 that was in our opponent's range, or just a pair, possibly a pocket pair, low pocket pair that they could be calling with here. And they do make a call, and we wind up taking down this pot with a full house and win over $80. Against the same opponent, still heads up, we have King 4 offsuit, not the greatest of hands, but I do open on the button with it, and we get a call from the big blind. Flop is 10 high, single tone, all spades. We have the spade draw with the king of spades, and our opponent leads out $5 into us. I elect to just see a couple turns here, which is a king of clubs. That is one of the turns that hit us. We now have some showdown value with the pair of kings, and once again our opponent bets, this time $11, and we of course are going to be making a call here, and we hit our flush on the river, going to be calling any bet from our opponent and going to be betting when our opponent checks into us, but they bet all the chips. The only hand we are losing to is an ace of spades, and many of the aces would be 3-betting from the big blind, limiting the amount of ace of spades within their hand, making it a pretty easy call here with the king of spades, which we do, and we take down this almost $100 pot. And now we're going to look at a hand from the 400 NL table. We have ace queen suited playing from the small blind. Full drawn to us, and we open to 3x, $12. We get a call from the big blind and see a flop of monotone, all diamonds, and continue betting. Because it is such a low flop, we could see a lot of hands float this flop, call with any diamond, call with any pair, maybe even call with 2 overcards in the spot from an opponent who only folds 33% of flop bets. Pretty low number, and they do make a call. We see a turn of 6 of clubs. Again, they have very low fold to bet numbers on the turn, so I continuation bet again, this time almost $37, and they call to see a river, which is the deuce of hearts, and since they've called 2 streets already, I don't see a reason why they should be folding here unless they wound up missing their 2 overcards or flush draw, which is a decent possibility, but they have pretty low bet numbers and low aggression for the river, so I do bet $85, thinking that we'll probably get a call from any pair here, but they do fold, and we take down this pot of $128 with the flopped nut flush. Moving down to the 50 NL table, we have pocket 7s playing from under the gun +1, and we open 2-3x. We get a call from the cutoff, we get a call from the button, we get a call from the small blind and the big blind. 5-way flop, which is jack high, 2-tone, 2 spades out there. We have middle set. Flop checks to us, and we put in a bet with 5 players already in on a very draw heavy board. We should be betting here and are probably going to see at least 1 or 2 calls, but we see a raise right away, and it is a large one. They jam the rest of their stack in, and we get a call from the big blind as well, and we have an additional 20 some dollars left in our stack. The only hand we're behind right now is pocket jacks, which would most likely be 3-betting pre-flop, leaving us ahead in almost every situation. So let's get the rest of our chips in and try to induce some draws to chase. We get the rest in. It's now $26 more for our opponent to make a call into a pot of over $100 already. They do make a call, and we are up against a flush draw with a gut shot, as well as a set underneath our set, putting us in a pretty good spot here. We are a 58% to win. 8 comes on the turn, now a 71% to win, and the river is the 4 of diamonds, a complete brick, and we take down this $124 pot with the set of 7s. And now we have pocket kings at the 100 NL table. Under the gun +1 opens to $4 for X. We get a call from the hijack seat, and we put in a 3-bet, make it $19 to see a flop here. Under the gun +1 jams all in for the additional $46, and we do make a call here with the pocket kings. And see, we're up against an ace king, but there is an ace on the flop, and we need a king down to a 1-outer that we miss, and we wind up losing this pot of $134. And now we have pocket kings playing from under the gun +1 at the 100 NL table. In a short-handed situation, only 6 of us being dealt into this hand, we open to $3. Big blind puts in a 3-bet of $11. Big blind plays pretty solid numbers. We only have 632 hands, so it could be a recreational player, and has a high 3-bet percentage, 3-betting 24% of big blinds and 11.3% overall, both very high numbers. So we put in a 4-bet here, and our opponent jams all in, and we are going to be calling with kings here, and see that we are up against aces. Again, a cooler, and it seems like the recreational players are getting hands against us way too often, but it will happen, and we will be on the opposite side of this one next time. And now we have pocket aces, this time playing from the big blind at the 200 NL table. Under the gun +1 opens to $6 3x, and we get a 3-bet from Runner Lucker in the hijack seat, who has a high 3-bet percentage and a low fold to 4-bet percentage. But we elect to just make a call here. A little bit of a tricky play. I think a 4-bet would have been a better play, but maybe we can induce some 4-bets from Duffman 007. But they elect to just make a call here, and we see a pretty favorable flop of 8 high rainbow and lead out half pot. Runner Lucker makes a call. The king of diamonds comes on the turn. This time we check, and Runner Lucker checks as well. See a 10 of clubs on the river. Let's cash in on the value we have, betting $58, and we do get a call from Runner Lucker. Not sure what they had, but we take down this $232 pot. Might have missed out on some value not betting the turn, and possibly not betting the river large enough as well. We only half pot the river. I think we definitely could have put in a larger bet sizing on the river. And the biggest hand of the session comes with pocket aces at the 400 NL table. We are playing from the big blind. We get an open from under the gun +1. Middle position or the hijack seat calls. Small blind calls, and we put in a 3-bet, $52 to go. We get a call from under the gun +1, as well as the small blind. There's already $168 in the pot. We have 348 left in our stack. Both of our opponents have larger stacks than us. A great situation to be in with the pocket aces here. And we see a very dry flop of 10 high rainbow. Small blind checks. We continuation bet a small bet, trying to induce some calls from smaller pairs that could be playing here. And we get a call from the small blind. We see an 8 of diamonds on the turn. Some hands improving. There are now more possible straight draws as well as flush draws, and our opponent leads out for almost pot. Stack bar looks to be pretty recreational. We only have 304 hands and does not show down very well, only winning 25% of showdowns. Has a high aggression frequency as well as high bet percentages on the turn and river. So I don't think we should be folding aces very often in this spot. I do make the call here and see that we are up against a 4-6. Let's avoid a 4 or a 6 on the river, which we do. giving us this $861 pot. That was an interesting play from a 4-6 there. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button if you have not done that yet. Turn on your notifications if you are subscribed by clicking the bell. Head down to the video description for links to all the poker products that I use and that I highly suggest you guys also use. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Share this channel with any of your poker friends who might also be interested in our community as well as improving their poker game. Leave those comments and questions down below and I will be back soon with a new video, but until then, I'll see you guys out on the virtual felt.